Hi everyone, this is Vicky, and it's Saturday morning, which means Satmorn Makes. So that is Jill Norwood's collaboration, and she has been doing this for, I would say, for 3 to 4 years. I'm not sure, but anyway, I joined in about probably 3 years ago, and it's she wanted to do crafting. Every week and make sure she did a couple hours at least every week. And so she started this for everyone else who was watching her and to just make time to do some crafting. So I've been following Jill since over 10 years. And, I have not, I've fallen off and not done crafting because I'm so busy, and that was my excuse is I'm so busy. But the thing is I could not get into doing craft when I'm thinking about all the other things I had to do. So that's why I have not kept up. But every year I'm saying I'm going to change. I'm going to do something different because I want to do something different. And so this year was the year. And so what I did was I found what is going to make me do something different every year. I started this little book and a little journal of of that process of doing something every week, making sure that I was accountable to myself to do it, and I made a commitment. So I said, okay, I'm going to do something, and I lo and behold came upon one of my fellow crafters, my friend T Friday 77 on YouTube, and her name is Therese. And so she was doing the let me look that up what it's called exactly. She's doing something every week called hashtag Deck the Year. And so she has started that, and I think she's on week 7 now. And she has continued, and I said I can do that. And so I began my journey in January. After the first, quite after the first actually, and I am on week um, week 4. Okay, so I'm kind of behind, but I'm still doing it. And I decided the deck the year was very similar to ATCs, and so I had found that I have a book on ATCs, and so I brought my book out, and I've shown that in other videos, but I'm just uh, rehashing this because there are probably new subscribers or new people who come upon this and want to know what am I doing. And so I'm just giving you a little brief note of and maybe inspiration for you all that the ATCs are little tiny pieces of artwork that you do that is simple. So then I came across a lady, and her channel is let me see, Creative Cove. I think her name is Michelle, and she did these cards, and I'll just briefly show you. These are ATCs. They're 2.5 by 3.5 size, and she did little cards. And if you want to see how she did that, you can go to hers, or you can go to mine to see how I did mine. And then and I thought that is very easy, so I did week 1 with watercolor. Okay, and I'm fairly comfortable with watercolor. I mean, I'm not an expert by any means, or I consider myself a beginner. But I did that, and I said, okay, I'm ready for the next thing, and I want to do some sewing. So I did do some sewing, and the first one was this one that I did, and then I did more, and you can see this one here. I have those in little cases. Okay, so you can see I did this one as patchwork, and then this one is the crazy um, uh, what is it called? It's free motion. And then I did some other ones, and I ended up I ended up with this, which is sewing, hand sewing, and also kind of what is it? Mixed media kind of thing. Okay, so I did that one. And then the next week after that, I wanted to do some quilting. And so to begin with the quilting, I did this one. If you want to find out more about these, go to my previous videos and check those out. So that was what I was doing. And so I decided, I'm going to kind of keep going with the sewing because there's other projects I want to do that I can do small little things. And so I remembered last year we did So in Love February with Anna White, and so that was her hashtag at that time, and I really like that. So I'm going to do that. So this February, I'm just continuing with the sewing. So this week is number 4, and what I did was the um, quilting, and ones that I've been wanting to do. And so I showed last week, I showed in my past I have done this and never finished this. Never finished it. And then I bought these pieces because I wanted to do this hexagon so badly that I just stuck it out and did hexagons. So I did, let's see, I did this one first for ATCs. So this is the first one that I did last week. Actually, I did the week before after I did the dolphin one. And so here I did the hexagon, and it is, let's see, I have here, it is 5/8 inch, this size, and then this is the 3/8 inch seam allowance, basically. And then I ordered these, and I got these little pieces to use. So I did use those, and then I folded the edges down and sewed by hand, and did just a uh, you know ba- uh, a basting stitch around them, and I just left it that way because you hear it probably would be really nice to do a final piece like that. But this, I'm going through the process of just learning how to do these things. So, and I want to have a product afterwards. And so then I just sewed them all together as was shown by Catherine, who is, I don't have her name, I think it's K3N, and I don't have the I talked about her last week. So I don't have her information, but I will put it in the link to the site. And so I watched her video and saw how she did hers. And so this is very similar to what she had done. And so I have these fabrics, and I used the fabrics from my stash, which is Tilda Fabrics. And if you don't know Tilda, it's a lot of different kind of little fabrics. Um, this is part of the Tilda Fabrics here, not this one. I don't know what that one is, but did use it. This is a Tilda, and I'm not sure if that one is one. It doesn't look like one, but I think I used that one. And so I used different fabrics, but mostly Tilda fabrics, and that was a lot of fun. I want to use, but it was a lot brighter, and I wanted to look vintage. So what I did was tea dye it, as Catherine had, expressed that she did. And so I tea dyed it, which really looks nice. And then I used some vintage lace that I have in my stash. I have a collection of those. The base is a sack, which is, oh, it's a sugar sack that I have bought, and I think I have it right here. So I bought a bunch of these. Whatever she had, I said I'm going to buy them all. So these are the sugar sacks, and it looks like it's been bleached, but it's very pretty. And so I bought a bunch of these different ones, sugar sacks, and used that for the base because it's vintage, and I thought that was pretty. It says pure granulated, I think. And so I did that, and this is a very old trim that I got at the vintage market. And so I just got a couple little pieces, and so I wanted to use that. And some other trim that I got, I don't know where I got this trim, but it's in my stash as well. It's so pretty. And so I use that. And then I have my little glass buttons. And I don't have very many, but I have a few in my collection. And so I used one of those glass buttons. And then some embroidery thread. That's what the front looks like. And in the back, oh, of course I did this large embroidery thread um, basting looking stitch. I liked it to stand out, and so I actually did the whole thing in underneath here. I did it all, but you can't see it because I covered it up. Used one of my special little uh, collection of flowers. This is so pretty, and then I just made it into a hanger with this chenille piece of vintage fabric. And so I made it to look like this, and I think it came out really cute. Then I had done another one of this hexagon, and so I just finished this one. I've been working on this one during the week, off and on, and that's the beauty of this type of little tiny piece that can be finished off in a short period of time. And so you can see I use the same fabrics, and I did put some gauze. The backing is an old hanky, a vintage hanky, and had some embroidered pieces on the back here on the side, and which I decided I'm going to try some beading because I've never done any seed beading on fabric. So I decided to try that, and to tell you the truth, it was difficult because I didn't have the right needles. So, and also, I don't see so well to thread them because they have to be small enough to do these little tiny beads. And so I found this one I could use. So I bought a bunch of different ones, and I just couldn't, even this one, um, not this one, but let me show you. This beadathon, is it? Um, this one, it has this opening, but I couldn't pull it through. It's easier to get in, but I couldn't pull it through the hole of the fabric, you know? And so I said, okay, I can't use that one. But I was able to use this one. So that's good so far. And I also bought this little tool, of which I can't not find, but I can find the packaging at Hobby Lobby. A tool that has this little opening here, you know, just like the ones sometimes you get in packages like this. Sometimes they come in a set like this one, but this one is less apt to lose, which, you know, it serves me. Here it is. I was gonna say has both sides, and so I did use that one, and it did come through this needle here. It's a 12 in beadsmith, so I was able to use those. Just a little tip, because my eyesight is getting worse and worse. You know, it's really sad because my mom is 95 now. She will be next month, and she cannot see very well. And she also can't hear very well. So how do you do these things? So I'm glad I'm starting now. Maybe I'll have, you know, 10 years to do stuff. So I'm gonna full force and make sure I do things every year. So on the back of this one, I had done some things on the back. I'll show you that in a minute, but I thought it was too busy for this with beading. It looks a little bit too elegant to oh, I think I have some I have a trim on the side here too. It's vintage. And so I decided, you know, I'm I'm just going to leave it plain. So I took that off and left this piece. I love this piece here and these um, over here with this is from the Tilda fabric. You know how they usually have like their name on there. I put a little, just cut off the part of the selvage and put it on here. I thought that was nice. And maybe in the future I'll do some stamping or something, or maybe I'll write a name embroidery. So yeah, so every time I do something, I think of something else. And so I have 2 weeks of 2 more weeks of February for sewing, and so I'm going to do, yes, I'm going to do back to my felting. I'm going to do some felting. So here's some felting that I've done in the past, and so I'm going to make something felting and do an ATC with felting. And then also there is embroidery. I've only done one thing in embroidery, and I'll probably show you that when I come to that week. Oh, and here is the backing that I was going to do. Isn't that so cute? It came out really cute. But it didn't go with this for the backing. So I'm going to just make this on its own and finish it up. So isn't that cute? Just took a little patchwork looking thing. Okay, so that's my share for you for week 4 sewing in February. And so I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you start something also, so that you keep doing some crafting, some artwork every week. A couple hours, just a little something. Do something like Jill says, and follow us on Saturday Morning Makes, and we'll keep going. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.